What's going on, everybody? This is Preston here, and in this video I am going to be telling you guys how I became a NASCAR fan. So basically in this video I'm going to tell my story about how I became a NASCAR fan. So basically what got me into the sport and to basically all the way up to where I am now. So yeah, so that's basically what this video is going to be about. So this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a bit. Well, I have an idea that I wanted to make for you guys. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? So yeah, I've been a NASCAR fan now for almost 8 years now. About 7.5, almost 8 years, which that would lead up to late summer, um, 2017. Right before when I started fifth grade is when I started to becoming a fan of NASCAR. And like, how did you find this sport, you may ask? Well, when I was searching up, like, I don't remember if it was on I think it was on one of my older phones. This was way back. This was way back before I even stepped foot in this house. I was searching up car crashes, and then there was this video called NASCAR crashes, and then I was like, I was curious to know what that was, and then just, I've never really seen anything like it, and the crashes, I just got more, it just NASCAR crashes, like the big wrecks, like those were really unique from my perspective. Like I was like 10 years old at the time, so yeah. And then I started getting more into it. I've started watching YouTubers like Eric Estep with his NASCAR stop motion series, and those were really satisfying. Were really cool to watch. And along with me having this was app called Real Racing 3 that had like NASCAR in it. It had like Kyle Busch and other drivers in it. I think the first big wreck that I ever saw, I think, was the that I actually saw back in 2017 was the 2017 Talladega Fall Race, where the big one happens in turn 3, collected drivers like Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, like Jimmy Johnson. It was like that whole entire big wreck. Um, there. So that was the first crash I actually ever saw. Well, ever saw like on TV or on highlights or anything like that. So yeah. But now let's get down to who were my favorite drivers were at the time. Now, my two, I had two favorites that I did like. Um, well, I had two favorites that I did like. It was either between Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano. I know, kind of a weird combination, and but then I decided to stick to Joey Logano for about a few months. But then I got a suggestion. I got a suggestion change. I decided to go with Kyle Busch because I really liked, his M&M's paint schemes. This was back in like December 2017. I was suggested to not like Joey Logano and um, go for a guy like Kyle Busch. So yeah, that was when I started to become a Kyle Busch fan from like December, like at the very end of the 2017 season, like December to all the way up to July of 2000 and like July 2020. I was a Kyle Busch fan for like, I would say, just 2.5 years. Um, and then um, yeah, guys, that 2018 was where I really began to put my focus onto NASCAR. Like I didn't really know at the time like what TV, like what television stations there were. Um, actually, the actual first race I did watch was like on TV was the 2017 Phoenix Fall race where Chase Elliott paid back Denny Hamlin and Denny Hamlin went up into the wall. So that was the first NASCAR race I ever watched, well, on TV, and that was when Matt Kenseth won his final race. So yeah, I found out that the NASCAR races were on Fox and NBC. Yeah, and then it was on from there. 2018 October was my first ever NASCAR race I went to, which was the 2018 1000bulbs.com 500, the Talladega Fall race, where Eric Almirola won his second career win. Yeah, it was fun. I truly had a fun week, had a fun time. That was my first ever NASCAR weekend I went to. So yeah, that was really fun. Um, so yeah, and then 2019 was just the same thing. I got more into it. I've been actually that was the 2019 was the year I actually started to make videos. Well, yeah, it was 2018 was the year I 2018 I well, 2018 was the year I've made like NASCAR diecast series. Yeah, that would basically go into 2018 to 19. Um, so yeah, that 2019 was the year. With 2019 also was the year I started to make NASCAR crash compilation videos, and just yeah, I've been making NASCAR videos for quite a while, since 2019, and on this channel specifically since 2021, at the very start of my high school journey. So yeah. So that was how long I've been making NASCAR videos for. And then 2020 happened. Well, let's get to the end of 2019 first. Kyle Busch won the championship, and at that time I was a Kyle Busch fan, and we'll get to the transition over to me being a Denny Hamlin fan in a few minutes, in a minute or so. But yeah, Kyle Busch won the 2019 Cup Series championship, and yeah, I was super excited that he won that one. Um, so yeah, and then 2020 happened. We all know what happened in the 2020 Daytona 500. Ryan Newman's horrific crash. Man, I'm glad he was okay. Glad, he was okay and able to recover from that. But yeah, that was the COVID year. July of 2020, like late July, was when I started to become a Denny Hamlin fan. And Denny Hamlin, he is a guy who I've always liked. I've always liked the guy when I even started watching NASCAR. Always liked him. Always liked him. And he was really, really good at the time. He's been consistent, and you know what? He was like my second favorite driver right behind Kyle. So, yeah, the reason why I moved on from being a Kyle Busch fan, it was just, I don't know, it was just controversial reasons. That's why. So then, but I just didn't really agree with, let's just say that. So, yeah, that's why. Then from that ever since, Denny Hamlin's been my guy, been my favorite driver. So yeah, I've been a Denny Hamlin fan now for literally almost 5 years. For almost 5 years. So yeah, for the majority of the time of me being a fan of the sport, Denny Hamlin's been my guy. So yeah, that takes us all the way up to 2021, 2022, 2023. It was basically just the same thing, guys. You could track all the way down from up to 2021, like August 10th, 2021 was the first video I've made on this channel, was a NASCAR crash compilation video, and all the way up to where I am now. So yeah, that's basically what the story kind of like how I got into this sport, guys. I was just sitting down in the living room looking up car crashes, and I saw NASCAR crash compilation, like a NASCAR crash compilation video as a suggestion. And then I started watching more YouTube NASCAR videos over time, and that's basically what got me into the sport. So it's like NASCAR stop motion races, like what Eric Estep used to do back in like 2017. Those videos are what got me into the sport. Like NASCAR diecast stop motion races and NASCAR crash compilation videos. Those is what got me into the sport, and now the racing as well. Soon as I started to know more about it, the racing, it looked absolutely great. Yeah, so 2017 was the year I got into the sport, and yeah, I've been a NASCAR fan ever since. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys have any questions for me, just let me know. And yeah, I've been going to board basically a NASCAR race once a year, which is all the races I've been to have been Talladega playoff race weekend since 2018. And yeah, guys, so yeah, guys, that's gonna conclude it. Like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. And anyways, peace out, y'all.